Your website is only as good as the hosting behind it. Slow load times, downtime, and security issues can kill your traffic before even it starts. So, how do you know if a hosting provider is actually worth it? Especially with hundreds of web hosting companies out there, it can feel like a total guessing game here, right?
Now, in case you don't know what is SiteGround, then it's a well-known hosting company. Currently, it has a 4.8 rating on Trustpilot, and as you see, it has more than 20,000 reviews, which means there are a lot of people who trust the company. SiteGround itself says that they are trusted by the owners of more than 3 million domains. And now let's talk about the pricing plans. Currently, they offer 3 plans, and each plan comes with a free domain name for the first year, which allows you to launch your website without incurring additional costs for one of its most essential components, that is its name. It also comes with unlimited email accounts with your domain name. You'll get a free SSL certificate, which is a necessity for transactional websites, where you don't want your client's data to be compromised. Plus, it's a ranking factor with Google, so you can improve your website visibility right from its launch. You'll get also one-click CDN and out-of-the-box caching, which ensures your website loads with Google's recommended 2.5 seconds, even for those far from your data center. So, these are some powerful tools you'd want to have access to, and SiteGround provides it for free, which is in contrast to other hosting companies, where I've noticed CDN often comes as a paid extra. It's also worth to mention that SiteGround CDN is much easier to use and it's less complicated to set up in comparison to Cloudflare. Now, what else every plan has is a 1 backup per day of your whole website in case something unexpected happens, and most providers usually offer daily or partial backups of your websites. So here's another good point for SiteGround. For WordPress users, they also offer one-click WordPress setup, fully managed updates of your version and plugins, so your website is always up to date and protected from vulnerabilities. They also offer their own speed and security plugins, which I will touch upon again later in the video. Now let's see which plan might be suitable for your use case. So the first plan is Startup. It comes with one website, 10 gigabytes of storage and roughly 10,000 visits monthly, which is totally enough for a portfolio website where you don't need a lot of resources to maintain it, or if you're just starting out with your business and you're not quite sure about the company's services yet. The next plan is Grow Big, which is particularly popular among e-commerce websites due to its 100,000 monthly visitor allowance and double storage. This plan includes the option to host unlimited websites, on-demand backups and custom PHP configuration, which cuts the time to first byte and results in 30% faster websites. And if you're a freelance web developer, then they even offer a staging environment for WordPress. Third plan is a Go Geek plan, and this plan offers the highest tier of resources with 40 gigabytes of storage and up to 400,000 visits per month, and again, unlimited websites. It's perfect for high traffic and growing business websites, and even for freelancers managing multiple websites, as it comes with Git integration, the ability to white label the SiteGround backend. It comes with a custom DNS and priority support to help you address any technical issues even quicker. And these are the pricing plans here. Now let's take a look how to sign up. Signing up is easy, just click on button, enter your domain. I'm gonna add something here. Let's continue. Next, add your information. Choose the data center. Currently they have 11 data centers across 4 continents with over 170 edge locations. You can choose the closest data center to your customers. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Choose your additional add-ons, pay now, and when this is done, then you can log into your dashboard.
Now that the money talk is out of the way, let's take a closer look at the SiteGround admin panel and see if it's really as easy to use as I claim.
Dashboard displays how many websites and services you have, domains, and whether you have email marketing plans, some recommended posts for you, and nothing else here. Important stuff is displayed under the websites. Currently I have one domain with one website installed. I can log into the site by clicking on this button here. New tab opens up and this is my site here. Later I'm gonna take a look at the site tools. At the moment, let's take a look at the websites panel here. If you need any additional extras, then you can add those here. If you need to add additional users to your account, then you can do it by clicking on this add user button. If you scroll down, then you'll see what extras are added and the expiration date. If you need to add some collaborations, then you can do it here. If you open up services, then you can see your own hosting plans. Based on your hosting plan, you can create email marketing plans. You can add domains, connect your site with Google Workspace, or use SiteGround's expert care. One thing I have to note is that expert care is distinct from regular support. It includes specialized WordPress services such as theme installation, plugin troubleshooting, security fixes, and site optimization. This is separate from the standard technical support, which is free and available 24/7 and focuses on hosting-related matters. As far as I have used their support, then the support has been very responsive and very helpful. Now let's go back to the websites and let's take a look at the 3 dots over here. First, you can relocate your site, transfer ownership, you can activate the offline mode, you can delete the site, you can see the server details, change primary domain, or add a label to this site. If I open up the site tools, instead of using a traditional control panel, SiteGround has developed its own. As you can see, the interface is clean and pretty straightforward in comparison to cPanel, for example. And here are some key differences between site tools and cPanels. Site tools is a modern, intuitive alternative to cPanel because it uses site-focused architecture versus traditional account-based approach. For example, traditional cPanel uses a single primary domain with add-on domains which share resources and pose security risks, but with site tools each website operates as an independent entity with its own dedicated control panel. Also with cPanel, if one website is hacked, your access to the entire account may be restricted, but with site tools, in the event of a hack, only the affected website is managed without impacting access to others. And one more thing. With a traditional cPanel, your performance can be impacted if one website experiences an overload and it affects all your sites under the same account, but with the site tools, performance retains stable across the websites as each site is isolated from others, and this prevents the overload issues. Now let's take a closer look what you can do here. I can install and manage WordPress sites. For example, I have already one site installed here. You'll see that installation, current version, some actions, update the admin password, reset permissions, disable all plugins, move application or delete application. So what else can I see on the dashboard? I can see the disk usage, IP and server names. If my domain is registered elsewhere, then I need the name server addresses. Those are here. I can see the inode amount, stats for unique visitors and page views. And that's basically it. Under the security tab, you can create your backups, manage your SSL certificates, enforce HTTPS, create protected URLs, block some traffic. Under the speed option, you can enable CDN and caching I've mentioned earlier. There is a WordPress installation option. That is, I can install a WordPress with a couple of clicks. Later I'm gonna show you how to do that. Next one is staging copies option. So if you don't know what is staging site, then it's an option to clone your current site, make all the modification on the cloned site, and after verifying that everything is working, you can deploy the modifications back to your live site. I can choose the WordPress installation, create a staging site name, click on a create button, and it will be created for me. Next one is a migrator. It allows me to transfer my WordPress sites in just a few clicks. And as you see, to generate a migration token, please specify the URL you wish to transfer your website to. Select the site, click generate. Next, download the plugin, add it to your site, use the migration token, and it will be migrated to the URL you specified in the previous step. Next one. WordPress auto update. I have one site installed. It says it's up to date. These are the auto update settings. I can choose when the major releases will be auto updated, 24 hours immediately or later. The same with the minor releases, plugin updates, and I can deactivate the plugin updates. Next one is search and replace. I can search the string from this site and replace with other string. For example, when you have just installed an SSL certificate and you want your WordPress to use HTTPS instead of HTTP, or when you simply want to change your domain name, then this can be useful. From Site Tools, you can also create and manage your emails or purchase Google Workspace if you like. Down below here you see the traffic information, error logs and access logs. If you're a developer, then you can create a Git repository of your application. You can add cron jobs, select between different PHP versions, whether it's ultra-fast PHP or standard PHP, edit PHP variables and PHP extensions if needed. You can choose between live sites and staging sites. If you need SSH keys, then you can manage them here. Last one is the app installer. And that's basically the overview of the dashboard. Now let's install a new WordPress site. I'm going to click install and manage WordPress. I'm going to select WordPress plus WooCommerce. I'm going to choose my location, that is this one here, test.wpsimpletests.com. Installation path, main folder or subfolder. I'm going to select main folder. Admin username, password, and notification email. If you need to add any additional add-ons, then you can select them here. That is install with WordPress starter. What is a WordPress starter is it will install the starter plugin for a quick setup and selection of themes and tools to kickstart your website. I'm gonna leave it activated because I wanna test it out. So let's click on install button. Usually it takes a minute or a bit less to install your site. It's done. And it says WordPress installed on test.wpsimpletests.com. What's next? Visit the site or access the admin panel. Let's click on admin panel. And now the wizard opens up. Let's start it. I can choose a theme. Let's choose between online store or business here. I don't know, I'm gonna select a random theme. Contact form is added. I'm not gonna add any maps. I'm gonna add a gallery. Continue. I'm not gonna add any analytics, but I'm gonna add a SEO plugin. Complete it. It says installing. Please don't close or refresh this page. Usually I don't use these kind of setup wizards for my sites because I would like to customize everything myself, but just the sake of displaying what it is, I used it in this video. Now it says congrats, your site is ready. Let's view the site and boom, everything is installed. Now I can customize the page. Let's log into my site and you'll see there is all-in-one SEO plugin, Envira Gallery, Speed Optimizer by SiteGround and Security Optimizer. It uses Neve theme and let's see, it installed some additional plugins, WordPress Importer. This one can be deactivated and these plugins here.
All right, all of this sounds great, but SiteGround boasts lightning fast speed. The only way to find out if that's true is to put it to the test. So I'm migrating one of my sites to SiteGround and running a speed test. Let's see how this plays out.
This here is my other site that sits on other domain, wpsimpletuts.com. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna migrate this site, which has a WooCommerce and other stuff installed. I'm gonna migrate it to the SiteGround hosting and I'm gonna test the website speed. And to migrate the site, I'm gonna use the SiteGround migrator plugin, this one here. I'm gonna install it on the site, which sits on the wpsimpletuts.com. I'm gonna activate it. Now you'll see there is a SiteGround migrator menu on the left. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna go back to the SiteGround dashboard, open up the migrator. I'm gonna copy this token, paste it here, and I'm gonna click on Start Migration button. It warns me that they will replace the domain information in the migrated database. I'm gonna click on Continue and transfer started. Based on your site size, it may take a bit, so I'm gonna pause the video and come back when it's done. Now the site has been migrated. As you see, this is the migrated site and this is the original site, different domains. I'm gonna close the original site and let's take a look at the dashboard here. So yeah, if you're hosting with SiteGround, there is no need to go hunting for a separate performance plugin because SiteGround Optimizer is already included and it's surprisingly good. As you see, it handles everything from caching and image compression to CSS and JavaScript optimization and database cleanup. You can manage it all from one simple dashboard even if you're not tech savvy. I've tested other plugins before, but having this built in with SiteGround hosting just makes life easier and your site much faster. It's a definitely solid bonus if you're using their service. I'm not gonna go through all the settings, but instead this is a brief overview what you'll get after installing this plugin. Awesome, isn't it? Now next one, if you're using SiteGround for hosting, there's a solid bonus you should know about. That is their SiteGround security plugin, which comes pre-installed. And honestly, it's one of the easiest ways to protect your WordPress site. It helps you lock down key system folders, hide your WordPress version, block suspicious IPs, set up two-factor authentication and more, and all in just a few clicks. I really like that it also includes tools you can use after a hack, like logging out all users or resetting your passwords. No extra plugins needed and no guessing what to do. So, if you're already on SiteGround, it's there waiting for you. And if not, then you can still install it for free from the plugin directory. So, pay attention to this. Now I'm gonna test my site and see whether it's as fast as SiteGround promises. So, first I'm gonna open up my site in a private window and I'm gonna open up my performance analyzer. As you see, it says that total loading time was approximately half a second, 36 requests and some other information here. I'm gonna open up my WooCommerce page. Since the preloading cache is activated, you'll see that now the loading time is 0.2 seconds. This is the browser extension test. Now I'm gonna go to the Pingdom, paste the URL here, test from the Europe server, start test. And as you see, the performance grade is 93 points, loading time approximately half a second, which is awesome because it took me only a couple of clicks to accomplish all that. So it seems that the server is indeed fast. Just to test it out, I'm gonna browse my site. And as you see, I do it in real time, so you'll see how fast it is. Awesome. Now, before I wrap up, there is a last thing I would like to talk about, and this is the support system. First, there is a tool finder here. As you see, tool finder, press on Command K, and you can search by keyword, for example, file manager. You can search for tools, backup, for example, and so on. If you need to see the documentation, then take a look at this icon here. There is an instant AI assistant. For example, how to use file manager, and there's a documentation for it. If you need any additional help, then click on this View Help Center button and use the AI assistant or contact and open up the support ticket. So as you saw, creating a website in SiteGround is really fast because they have a bunch of built-in in-house features they have developed over the years to give you a fast website from the start, but also in practical circumstances and the security measures taken to keep your site safe and reliable. They have CDN, caching, site scanner, backups, and so on, everything I showed you in this video. And based on this, I'm pretty sure that SiteGround is a great option for people who are just getting started, but it's also suitable for developers and freelancers managing multiple websites.
And there you have it. Now you know everything you need to know about SiteGround hosting. Based on this, you can decide if it's a better fit than your current provider. Now, before you go, wait. If you find this tutorial helpful, then press thumbs up, this one here, and take a look at this side of the screen. It contains 2 good videos. I think you may find them useful. Meanwhile, take care. Bye.